Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So we're going to take a look at the EZA AGL BARDOCK. We're now getting into the Dokkan Fest that came out after stickers were a thing. So I've already got this Bardock with the stickerooski on. Now Bardock, I mean, let's not, lie or pretend here. Bardock is not like a super top tier character or something like that. No way. But a lot of the community is kind of like throwing this guy in the bag with STR Jiren, Int Golden Frieza, Int Goku Black. These just like abysmal, worthless, nothing characters. To be fair to Int Goku Black, he is usable in like Red Zone movie boss rush. These Red Zone boss rushes are going to be a thing. Obviously, that's why it's so exciting they did the movie one, because it means we're going to get a GT one, a Wicked Bosses, or a Wicked Bloodline one, a Red Ribbon Army one, right? Like those are all coming. Int Goku Black could be solid in like those, right? So he at least has something. Jiren is worthless everywhere. Int Golden Frieza is worthless everywhere. Bardock is not like those characters. He has a very easy transformation condition, turn 4, and, I mean, he will be solid. Like, he's not God in Super Saiyan form, but he's not STR Jiren either. So, I think that this is a character that the community has missed on more than almost any I can remember. In terms of, here, let's look at the build we're going to give him. In terms of build here, he's going to get value off of both additional and dodge. I had him mostly full additional. Prior to his EZA. So I just adjusted it slightly and then kind of set him up with a little bit of extra dodge. In base form, he is horrible. He has nothing. He is terrible in base form. So the dodge, like more dodge probably is a good idea because that might be needed in his base form. The additionals could be good, but I typically don't have good additional luck. I didn't go super heavy to completely rearrange what his build was previously, which was already full additional, but there's a very good chance I might want to. Now, Bardock does already have dodge when you're transformed into Super Saiyan, but additional, this guy gets a lot of value out of additionals in both forms, right? Because he gets 50% defensive stack in base, and then 50% defense for one turn in Super Saiyan form, so either will work well. Now, base, one of the major reasons people like don't understand this character at all is they are so, here, let me flip this up. They're so razor focused on the low class warrior restrictions. This doesn't really matter. He is terrible in base regardless. When you transform with him, the low class warrior shit doesn't matter. People are getting baited. Like, I don't know. The way they razor focus in on this is insane, considering it doesn't matter too much because he's shit in base anyway. Now, the one line that is a little bit more important, though, is this, because he gets an additional, has a high chance to be a super if there's a low-class warrior ally in the same turn. But guess what? It ain't even guaranteed anyway. Maybe some of y'all will just, oh, yeah, we're just super and like crazy. But I see the future, okay? And it's super, normal. Okay, so, like, this low-class warrior stuff doesn't really matter! People are going crazy about this, and it is pointless! He sucks anyway in base! Alright, guys. So here we are in an event. So, for the initial 200% showcase, we'll look at Bardock with his low-class warrior stuff in base. Because when we're doing all of the actual showcase videos, going against Blue Gogeta, Red Zone movie boss rush, I don't think I will be using any low-class warriors whatsoever. The category is completely dead. Let's go ahead and take a look at it together, shall we? So here is the low-class warrior team. Turles is just flat out not good enough. I mean, he's not even a year old, so I will continue to be very hard on him. Path to Power Kid Goku, unfortunately, his time has come. He's still a character you could run, but it's very spooky with him out there. 23rd World Tournament Goku, I'm not a fan. Now that the meta has advanced, he is now a huge risk character, because if you're not reviving early, he will lose you the fight in all likelihood. So it's just, like, there isn't anything here. It's dead. Like, if you are running a low-class warrior or any to try and buff this guy, it's foolish. You're only going to lose the fight, right? Like, there is no low-class warrior on here that is going to be a good run in these tough fights right now. None. Again, I think Turles is not good enough. So, you know, we just talked about him. So, yeah. So in this initial video, we'll look at it. So Bardock gets 20% attack up to 100%, and then 10% damage reduction up to 50% per low-class warrior category ally in the team, which we've got. AGL Bardock is low-class, then obviously Tech Bardock, Path to Power Kid Goku, Tora, and then the other Tech Bardock. So we're fully built up there. This Bardock, who, I mean, he's not really good enough to run now at this point either. He is actually not on low-class warrior. Because, I mean, they're weird with how they operate with a lot of the Super Saiyan Bardocks and shit like that, right? Reminder that this guy and this guy are also not on the Team Bardock category, which I think is just asinine. Like, the category is named after Bardock, and he's not, like, the category, so let me just not, like, get sidetracked, man. I hate categories sometimes. So we have that. Bardock does get extra damage and super effective if against a Wicked Bloodline enemy, sure. And then he gets an additional, it's a high chance to be a super if there's another low-class warrior ally in the turn. That's the only thing that really matters, because again, people will like, oh, okay, he get damage reduction. I mean, if you have the 50% damage reduction, on like his third rotation, he'll be pretty good. But, you know, think about what I just said, right? Like, it's on his like third rotation, you know, he'll be good. Because this 50, like, he sucks, right? Like, you see that? 258 with 50% damage reduction, that's unrunnable. That's not, like, that's not, the damage reduction can only go so far. Like, you need defense. So, all right. Oh, links. This is a big thing. So, links set here, we have Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Pride, Family Ties, Experienced Fighters, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. Family Ties. Let's examine this. So this is just 2 key and 10% attack. Okay, so we do have Saiyan Pride. This is just 20% attack. All right, so on this rotation right here, it's not like we're getting juiced up by some defensive link or something like that. I guess you could try and get away with this physical Super Saiyan Bardock in some fights. So, I mean, this isn't the most unrealistic shit ever. Well, but that physical Bardock is not low-class warrior. Again, that's the one thing. So, all right, let's see what Bardock is going to give us right here. Now, remember, Bardock's base is really bad, but he does have a very easy transformation condition. It's just turn 4. Turn 4, and we're able to transform, which is good. Or, if there's a Wicked Bloodline enemy, you could transform right away. So, it's like, it's, you know, think about Super Trunks. Super Trunks, you know, has that horrible base, which you're trapped in, and oftentimes you're fighting against yourself with, like, dumbass HP restrictions and shit like that. Int Goku Black transforms, and, I mean, he gets a little better, but it's not a big deal. Okay, triple super right away, sure, I'll take that. You know, Int Goku Black gets a little bit better, but it's not a big deal. Bardock takes a huge leap when he transforms, though. He's not just some shitty trash after he actually transforms. It's just that he's terrible in base. He works fine for the meta. If we go into the Beast Gohan fight, like we're, you know, that opening phase we should be able to get through with Bardock fine. Okay, I guess we'll, sure, we're gonna use this right away, whatever, let's do it. So, you know, we should be A-okay against that. The Gogeta fight potentially could be tough because that second phase is very deadly, the second phase. You know, dealing with that is gonna be a little iffy, man. That second phase of Gogeta, it's the physical Blue Goku and Vegeta, the 7th anniversary LR. Like, they are scary as hell for like weak ass characters, which base Bardock is gonna be. But I do think Bardock, again, he's much better than people give him credit for. I'm not arguing him as like, oh, like, you know, like he's neck and neck with Kefla or some insanity. But I'm just saying, like, he's not, like, I was around for Int Golden Frieza and STRG and shit. Like Bardock is nowhere near them. Like, it's ridiculous. All right, so we could transform right here. I think I'm going to just get one more turn in base, because I imagine when we're doing a lot of these other fights, we're just going to be transforming probably right away. Right, like, remember, Bardock works well in that, you know, he's good once he transforms, and then that's, you know, where we could be in the meat of some of these fights moving forward. So after triple supering is at 555, I should comment that we do have Pan's 2-turn support up, right? What exactly is Pan's 2-turn support? Let me just double check what the number actually is on that real quick. Yeah, so Pan gives a 2-turn 30% attack and defense. Like, that's sizable. That like that definitely is having an impact on some of the stats we're seeing out of Bardock, right? So keep that in mind for sure. Okay, so we'll leave one more rotation. Oh, it kind of like overlaps. I was checking if I could seal this Goku Black. It does kind of like overlap onto Zamasu's face. So okay, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna take one more rotation to get a little bit of stacking up, and then we'll see. Oh, I should talk about Bardock's 200% teams as well, because this tech Bardock that we're using as the leader is of course unrunnable. Like, we are not gonna be using him. I think maybe we could get away with that tech Bardock against the Beast Gohan fight, but you don't need the Scouter for the Beast Gohan fight because he only supers in slot 1, so it's pointless. Wow, Bardock actually has, he does have a, okay, Bardock has a ton, dude, of 200% teams. All right, what is this? This is on EGL Bardock, right? Let's see. All right, cool, we'll take that, sure. And then next turn we'll go ahead and transform, we'll see some stats, and then we'll hop into these really tough fights. I think as of right now, I think I would think of Bardock. I would have him tentatively as probably the 3rd best EZA TUR. No, 4th. 4th is what I meant to say. I think I would go, I mean, Kefla. I haven't used Kefla, so, you know, you do have to put an asterisk on that. But Kefla seems to be #1 easily. Easily, I might add. And I think I'd probably have Zamasu at 2, Future Gohan at 3, and then probably Bardock slides in right there. I think you could easily say Bardock should have been better, though, even if I think the community's underrating him, but he definitely still could have been better. Here's his 200% teams. So we do have some options here. Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, I mean, they're not as good as they were, but they're still a very powerful character. Sort of Hope is definitely not as good as he was. Broly's team is probably where I'm going to be using Bardock. We'll see. Broly, this is where Broly's shitty domain really could hurt, though, because it, like, Bardock is a character that it will definitely, like, Beast Gohan doesn't get hurt by Broly's domain. Carnival Blue Gogeta is not going to get hurt by his domain, but EZA Bardock probably is, right? Like, and I mean, I'm not running Turles. You know, I could do videos on this guy. I think that this guy has, like, he's okay. Like you don't actually have to run him on the Heroes team, Super Saiyan 3 Rose. So, all right, let's just come back for Bardock's next turn. We'll transform and see how he looks. All right, guys, so here we are in this rotation. Let's see what Bardock is looking like. Okay, so very quickly, we've ascended to very high defensive level. We are getting support from Pan, Bardock, and Tora, though. So it's like we have quite a bit of support going. Again, remember, Bardock's transformation condition is really quite easy. It's either turn 4 we could transform, or right away if there's a Wicked Bloodline enemy. Alright, so now we have Super Saiyan Bardock out here. I think he's pretty solid, Like, I don't want to go too far, but, like, he's not, you know, dog shit or anything like that. So we're over 1 million. Okay, sure. I mean, damn, okay. So he does look really busted in a juiced up setup. That's for sure. He looks insane. But, I mean, it's going to be a little bit different, you know, when we haven't done 60 supers, you know, to stack up when we're fighting Blue Gogeta and shit like that, right? So, all right, let's just quickly go over the stuff he does. So he gets 50% attack and defense on a super attack effect. That's obviously very, very good right there. You know, maybe if you wanted to make this guy better than Future Gohan and Zamasu, which I think he should have been, Kefla, I mean, we'll talk about her when the time comes. She just seems like an aberration. Like, occasionally they just like a random unit is just like, what the hell is this? And that's what Kefla is, right? So I don't, like, expecting another EZA TUR to be Kefla is foolish. But, you know, maybe expecting them to be better than Zamasu and Future Gohan is fair, I think. Okay, so Bardock here, we're getting 3 key, 180% stats. He is super effective against all types, which, okay, super effective is good, but understand that it's not even close to crits, especially with how a lot of these bosses are designed. Beast Gohan takes 0 damage unless you do over 3 million to him. Many bosses like Trunks have huge defensive pools, which, you know, crits ignores defense. So do understand that crits are significantly better than effective against all types. I think in the past, it hasn't been as big of a deal. But nowadays, I would just rather they retire super effective against all types. I don't see what the point of it is anymore. Just send that shit in the garbage and just only give characters crits from now on. Like, I understand, like, giving a character 100% crit is ridiculous, right? We save that for, like, you know, EZA Evolution Blue Vegeta, sure. But you guys get what I'm saying there. Then he gets 18% damage reduction, an additional chance, a 70% chance to super. That's just base. He gets 100% attack when attacking. He has a 30% chance to crit and 30% dodge. Again, that's all just base. And then for the first 5 turns, he gets 3 ki, 18% crit, and 18% damage reduction. So he essentially is kind of like 36% damage reduction, 50% crit, 50% dodge for the first 5 turns. So if you keep him on rotation, that's the first 3 rotations. He's set up well in the current meta. Like, I don't think we'll have too many issues against Beast. I mean, unless Beast, because we're not going to put him in front of Super. I mean, we could. Like, if he ends up getting, like, locked in slot 1, he does have essentially a 50% chance to dodge, right? Remember, it's a 48%, but it's right there, right? So he does. So he could, like, live in slot 1 against Beast. Like, that's the thing. Like, people saying he's like Goku Black, it's insanity. Goku Black has nothing when he transforms. He has high chance to crit. You think I give a shit when Beast taps him for 3 million? When Blue Gogeta hits Int Goku Black with a normal and does 500k damage? Like, that shit doesn't matter. Like, having dodge like this is very effective with the damage reduction. Now, understand again, when we're, you know, kind of doing one of these, you know, difficult fight runs to, you know, I like to do a team that, like, a character could perform well on, like a 200%, but also, like, a realistic team to win. So, you know, like, we're not running this against Supreme Battle Spectacle, Gogeta, and stuff like that. And then finally, Bardock gets a guaranteed additional super, and then guaranteed crits against a Wicked Bloodline enemy. Pretty strong. But, I mean, that's very... I'll do a video against Golden Frieza, I guess, because obviously that's where Bardock will be at his best, but... I mean, it's not like there's Wicked Bloodline enemies everywhere, right? Of all the hardest fights, I mean, I guess in Red Zone Movie Boss Rush, we do fight Cooler. So, like, that there is a Wicked Bloodline enemy in there, but we'll be in base at that point. We will not be, like, Bardock is going to be, like, that's the thing, like, these stackers like this are going to have life because of the Red Zone Boss Rushes, and they create missions for those. So... that's going to be really good. So, stacking characters, you don't want to just immediately write off because there are now 20-turn fights. With the Red Zone boss rushes is like one of the best things Dokkan has ever done. Just getting the movie one means it's just so much content coming. All right, so let's see what Bardock does right here. Oh, his link set. Let's look at his link set. So, link set here, we have all 7. He has Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Pride, Family Ties, First Awaken, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. Oh, actually... hold on. I want to reset this turn because now we do have, well, I guess First Awaken is just 10% defense. Prepare for Battle is pretty common. Yeah, okay, because, and Saiyan Lineage is also common. So it's like we're getting 10% defense from Saiyan Lineage and Prepare for Battle, and then 10% defense from First Awakened. The only thing about First Awakened, though, this is not what I would consider a super good link. Look at this roster. This is dead. Right, like these niche links like this, like the stats look good, but you could have all the stat, like, you know, Big Bad Bosses right now, I mean, it's the best stat link in the game, but like it borderline sucks because all the Big Bad Bosses characters suck, basically. So, like, that's an issue. So, all right, we could just go and play it. Let's see what Bardock does right here. So Bardock can triple super. He could do 3 supers right here. Bardock, after supering on this turn, would be capable of tanking all of the big boss supers on this turn. But remember, this is a juiced... I mean, I'm not putting a wool over anyone's eyes. This is juiced. We are juiced right here. But we could do that for the 200% showcase because we run realistic setups against the big bosses when we're taking them in there. So I don't think it's a problem. All right, let's see that. 70%. We get it. Well, one thing that's been good for this video is we've been getting the, you know, the RNG, like, additional luck. When we're fighting Blue Gogeta, we're not going to be getting that additional luck, bruh. Yeah, okay, dude, sure. Nice triple super. Well, there's Bardock. I guess we could get one more turn, but that's like, you know, that's like his peak right there. And again, after, he dodged it anyway, but no boss is hurting him right there, right? Like, Beast couldn't hurt him. Gogeta Blue, I don't think Gogeta could hurt. Gogeta might be able, I don't know. I don't think Gogeta could hurt him, but Gogeta he hits really hard. Gogeta is, that boy is different, man. Gogeta's very scary with his damage. All right, we'll make this the last turn. Remember that Bardock is in kind of like his, he's in it. Well, I was gonna say really good. I mean, I don't want to go too far with this Bardock. I'm just saying that the community was way too far, like, saying he's bad. I'm more so in the middle. Like, I'm not pretending like this guy is like the, you know, oh, we got the secret sauce to dominate Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta or some shit. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's not Raditz, right? Okay, so let's see what happens when we unactivate First Awakened. I mean, that is, it's, damn, yeah, it's just 10%. It's a huge, like, once your defense starts getting this high, like, it really does make a huge, huge difference, huh? All right, let's just get this turn right here, and then we'll finish up. So again, you know, the thing about, like, the way I'm going to do these is we'll, you know, when it comes to, like, the 200% showcase for a character, you know, we'll look at them in, like, a setup like this, just kind of, like, see what they're capable of doing, and then, you know, we do the real showcases. You know, I mean, if you guys hate Bardock, you know, tune into the Fusion Zamasu video, because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Bardock is not set up to succeed against Fusion Zamasu. Fusion Zamasu, like, you know, people are going to get mad at me. I would go the other way. I think Fusion Zamasu might actually be a good designed boss fight, man, because it could highlight, especially now, maybe now it is, because it's a complementary piece to the other. Are you kidding? What? Did we, like, triple super every turn of the video? What? Yeah, Bardock is pissed, man. All of you clowns hating on him. And he says, okay. Oh, dude. Yeah, you guys are going to be real mad when Bardock dominates every fight, man. It's going to be hilarious. When Bardock, it dodges Zamasu's AoE, and then we win in one try. Oh, my God. It's going to be very sick. It's going to be very, tasty like a cheesecake. All right, guys. All right, so let's take a look at the details for Bardock here. Mr. EZA Dokkan Fest Transforming Bardock. Remember that Bardock was the Saiyan Day character of 2020. So, I mean, his EZA is perfect timing, although he did come out to Global and JP at the same time, and I mean, I don't know when Global's going to get the CZA. I guess probably in June, probably? We'll see. Okay, so this is Raging Counterattack Bardock. Leader skill. Yeah, you're not running this guy as the leader. Revenge or Low Class Warrior, Key 4 and 170%. That was horrible the day he came out, right? I'd have to go. Yeah, that was definitely terrible the day he... Are they serious? Okay. Super Attack, Riot Smash. He greatly stacks defense and does immense damage to the enemy. Greatly stacking is good. It's, you know, against Fusion Zamasu meta, pointless. Now you can actually do some stacks. Just stacking by itself is not good enough. It's not going to be good enough. I guess it can in the red zone, in the movie boss rush, sure. But in real fights, it's not good enough. But the point is, Bardock greatly stacks, and then he has defensive mechanics. Like, Tech Ultimate Gohan still works because he stacks, plus he's guarding, right? Like, just stacking by itself, nope. Like, you have to do other things. You can't just stack and be like, he's good. Nope, doesn't work that way. His passive skill, Destined Opponent. He gets 2 key, 150% of stats, 50% attack when attacking. I have no idea why he doesn't get defense right there. Make it make sense. It does, because it doesn't. It's ridiculous. He gets 20% attack up to 100%, and then 10% damage reduction per low-class warrior ally on the team. Now, again, if you're playing to win, you're probably not going to be running any. I think maybe you could get away with 23rd World Tournament Goku or Path to Power Kid Goku, but I'm down on both of them. So I'm not super high on the idea of running either of those characters. So, like, what I'm going to be doing is I'm running no low-class warrior units besides him. The damage I don't really care about. Doesn't matter. I mean, we're going to have better characters who could do more damage. But, like, that damage reduction, like, I mean, even if he had it in base, he's not, like, he would be much better, but he's not going to be, like, a super tank or something like that. Even if he, like, just had the 50%. Like, in truth, he should just have the 50% damage reduction. I don't mind an EZA character like this at this point to kind of have some of these restrictions. I hate new summonable unit having like these like category restrictions everywhere. It's ridiculously dumb. I'm okay with that on EZA characters though. But I mean, Bardock, it's low class warrior is brutal, right? Then he gets 50% attack, super effective against all types against a wicked bloodline category enemy. Then he has an additional, has a high chance to be a super when there's another low class warrior ally in the turn. That's the only part that of these 3 like different parts of his passive that have a category restriction. This is the only one that matters right here, because this is the only one of the 3 that affects him in Super Saiyan, which is what matters. But even this, like, so, you know, we could get away with running just Path to Power Kid Goku and be able to get that or something like that. But Path to Power himself carries a lot of risk now. So, again, I probably won't even be running 1 to try and get this. And, you know, you're a victim of opening rotation RNG too. Like, we very likely could be transformed before that low class warrior even gets on the same rotation as him, right? He has a transformation, active skill transformation. He has a perfect condition. This is the gold standard. Turn 4, start a battle. Boom. That's it. That's perfect. Perfection. Active skill, turn 4, start a battle transformation. So you could, like, we don't have to transform on turn 4, but we could. Perfect. This is, you know, this is what Carnival Gogeta should have been. This is what Dokkan Fest LR Broly should have been. Turn 4, start a battle. Not tough. Just bam. That's it. Or he could do it at any time if there's a wicked bloodline enemy. So, sure. Link set is Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Pride, Family Ties, Experienced Fighters, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. He has a fine Link set. I don't think that there's really any issues there. 12 key multipliers, 150% sure. This is where, you know, certainly Bardock being better would be really good for this aspect of his character. This guy, look at this. He is on so many teams, and he's on so many teams that could use help. So he's on Revenge. I mean, we're always going to be able to make use out of buffs for Revenge, right? He's on Low Class Warrior. We know this as, you know, this is this the worst category in the game? GT Bosses is better than Low Class Warrior, right? Easily. I would say easily, right? Well, I mean, Omega's good, but I mean, who else? Rildo is solid. Baby is solid. I guess I would probably rather run Baby in a lot of these Supreme Battle Spectacle fights over 23rd World Tournament Goku. Again, people think of this guy, and they only think of him after reviving Guarding with 1,000,000 defense, but that's not what he is the whole fight. Like, it's not. And you have to actually revive to get that. So, I don't know. That, like, the fact that I'm even considering it shows you how bad this category is. Then there's Pure Saiyans he's on. I mean, maybe he could be, if there's like a Pure Saiyan mission against like a Wicked Bloodline enemy, certainly he could be a good run. Then we have Goku Family, which he's also a part of. He's probably not going to make this roster, but I mean, you never know, I guess. So you never know. He's also on Resurrected Warrior. This is a Resurrected Warrior category team right here. Okay, cool. Then he's on Time Traveler. This is the Time Traveler category team. Yep. So that's how he's on like Sword of Hopes 200% and stuff like that. Then Bardock is on the Super Saiyan category team. So he's on their team. We could definitely run him on this team. I mean, nothing is stopping us from doing that. I should in one of the videos. That definitely wouldn't work against like Cell Max. Right? Like that would be potentially, we'd have to be hitting potential system dodging against him with that team. Bardock is also on Transformation Boost. More buffs for Transformation. Remember, we're now gonna get into a string of like 2020, like all the 2020 characters were transforming, right? So like we're just gonna get Transformation Boost EZA over and over and over and over again. So this category is gonna start to get real good with all these Dokkan Fest 2020 transforming characters that are gonna EZA. Bardock, the next category here. Oh, this is Exploding Rage. Okay. Exploding Rage, man. I mean, this has come a long way, right? Like, I mean, we have Beast and Broly here. God, Goku's still runnable. Like, not bad, not bad. Then Bardock is on... Oh, he's on crossover. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's on the crossover category team right there. Sure. We also have Bardock on Miraculous Awakening, which means he is on Beast Gohan's team. So we could run him there. We could do that. I mean, he doesn't have the 200% from Beast, but, I mean, we could still run him. I mean, that might be smarter to do than running him on Broly's team, just because Broly's dumbass domain would hurt Bardock. Maybe I'll do that. I do like to do a 200% team if possible, but Beast team, of course, is very safe. And you guys know the way I do these videos, too. I do not run him on the Beast team, and then Beast is popping his active every turn. I go, I thought you guys said Bardock was bad. We do not do that around here. No, 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 no. We don't use the Beast active to save the showcase character. No way. Then there's... Oh, he's on Powerful Comeback, too. Yeah, this is Powerful Comeback. Okay, yep. That's good. Yeah, see, this is why I do... I do wish Bardock was way better. Because a character like this who's on all these, like, small category teams like this could be really nice. Then he's also on Storied Figures. More buffs for that is always a good thing. Bardock is also on Legendary Existence, another category that's good to get more buffs here. And then finally, Bardock is on Bond of Parent and Child. So there is the base Bardock form. So again, remember, Bardock does have his transformation right here. It's pretty easy to do. It's just turn 4. Or if it's against a Wicked Bloodline enemy. And remember, this was long before they started doing that bullshit where it mattered what your opening rotation position was to transform, how ridiculously dumbass that was. Super attack changes, passive changes, and then some of his links do change as well in his Super Saiyan Bardock form. Okay, so we can go ahead and flip over. So his super attack now becomes Revenge Assault, which gives him 50% attack and defense for 1 turn, immense damage to the enemy, and greatly lowers enemy defense. If they wanted to buff Bardock more, a good way to do that, I think that could have been fair, is make this 3 turns. Could have been interesting. I mean, he would have been nuts. Like, he would have been looking like Buhan after, like, on his 2nd turn. Bardock, he'd look crazy if he had that. Like, triple super, like, you know, back to back. Oh my god, he would look insane. And then he also does greatly lower defense on that. There are some fights, I think, where lowering defense has got a little bit of value. Lowering defense has more value today than it ever has probably in the game's history. Well, I mean, the day some of those original Broly Dokkan events came out, like, lowering defense was very important. But, I mean, that's why the 9th anniversary is just so good. Like, they have made some of these mechanics, debuffing and shit, more relevant, which is good. I like that. So his passive here, Golden Saiyan, he gets 3 key, 180% attack and defense at the start of turn. He's super effective against all types. Again, super effective needs to die. At this point, it's, you know, just give him crits. Doesn't matter. He gets 18% damage reduction start of turn. Additional, which has a 70% chance to be a super. I would rather that was just guaranteed as well. He gets 100% attack when attacking, 30% chance to crit, and 30% chance to dodge. And then for his first 5 turns, he gets 3 key, 18% crit, 18% damage reduction, and 18% dodge. So, you know, for the first 5 turns, first 3 rotations he'll be on, he's going to be at 18% chance to crit, 36% damage reduction, and 48% chance to... Wait, I said it wrong. It's 48% crit, 48% dodge, and 36% damage reduction for those first 3 rotations. So he's got a lot of stuff there. And then finally, he gets an additional super, and all attacks become crits against a Wicked Bloodline category enemy. Then his link set is Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Pride, Family Ties, First Awaken, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. I mean, in a realistic setting, Saiyan Pride, Family Ties, and First Awakened are all dead links. Let me... I want to look at Saiyan Pride in 2 seconds. And then there's 150% 12 key and stuff like that is all the same. So there is Bardock. Again, I'm much higher on this guy than a lot of people. I think a lot of people more so just care about baiting and agendas and having fun. I mean, people are just like goofing off, right? Like, it's not the biggest deal. But let's look at Saiyan Pride. Is what I want to look at. This is not... Yeah, this is not a roster that's good. Yeah, you're not going to see this. Kabe does have it, I guess. Yeah, it's not really exceptional. Okay, there we go again. There is the EZA Bardock. I think tentatively, I probably have him as like the 4th best EZA TUR, but we'll see. Maybe I'll like him better after the fights. Maybe I'll like him worse after the fights. I'm not locking into anything quite yet. So let me know what you guys think of him, and I'll catch you guys next time.